So it all started when the Slayers first came out. I was combat 21, doing the most damage to the bosses on my server. People were looking up to me and asking how I was dealing so much damage to the zombies. This was short-lived. A person in Superior came across and dealt double my damage. Not only this, but he was combat level 36. This meant he would deal extra damage and be able to reforge more of his talismans to crit damage instead of crit chance. Now, most people thought that his damage came from his superior armor. Well, they are right, kind of. He was out damaging everyone purely because of his combat level. He was even out damaging other superiors by a lot. This person stole my spotlight and I swore I wouldn't let it happen again. This was 3 months ago. Now my first method to gaining combat XP was through grinding Slayers. This I knew wasn't the most effective method for getting combat XP, however, I thought it would be the most rewarding. After weeks of grinding, I was seeing very little improvement. I was gaining 36.8 combat XP per kill. Now, this wasn't bad, however, it wasn't enough. Even though Slayers didn't give much XP, they had their advantages. The global combat XP boost. This was a boost given when you kill certain boss tiers. Now, while I was grinding, I managed to kill every tier 4. This was zombie, wolf and spider. This meant I had plus 15% combat XP. Considering how early on this was, it was a big deal and put me in a massive advantage to other players. This meant that I could spawn my bosses faster and gain more combat XP through doing this at the same time. Everything was looking well. I started grinding wolves. Now, this was the most profitable but not for combat XP. This took me over 2 months grinding Slayers overall. I spent over 50 million on revenants alone. Now, this was a considerable amount of money for anyone and a considerable amount of time. At the end of these 2 months, I only climbed 9 levels. I was combat 30, this was too slow for my liking. Now, it had been known to me that ghasts were a very good way to gain combat XP. However, how good, I wasn't aware. One of my friends said he had been grinding ghast and was climbing the combat ladder very fast. He had all tier 10 ghast with the odd tier 11. This meant his ghast would spawn faster and allow him to gain more combat XP per hour. In the next clip, I'll actually go ahead and show you guys my ghast grinder. This ghast grinder is super compact and I highly recommend that if you're going to build a ghast grinder that you build it this way. So if you want to know how to build it, keep on watching. This ghast farm is very simple to set up. First of all, you want to start off with this 6x6 hopper floor and then you want to build walls all around it. So just like this, you want to make it into a box and you want to build these walls 7 high. You want to make these walls 3 blocks thick just so that the ghasts don't escape and grief your island, because you don't want that to happen. One thing that I recommend when using this ghast farm is to get your hands on an intimidation artifact. This is so that these ghasts don't attack you, and you know, it's also a good talisman to have. So if you're wondering where you place the minions, you'll basically place the minions on the hoppers. This will allow you to upgrade the minions whenever you want to, and it's actually very easy to set up. So since the box is 7 high, what you guys want to do is actually break the 4th block on both sides, okay? So not this side, but the other side as well. And that is so you can use the rod or the bow to kill them. So by having these teleporters placed down, it will actually allow you to kill all of the ghasts on both sides. If you're using a bow, it doesn't really matter, but you know, for me, since I'm using a rod, I just had this on both sides and it was very, very useful. One thing that I do recommend is also make a huge storage underneath. This will allow you to collect all of the ghast tiers and actually upgrade your ghast means, because they do get quite full very fast. So if you decide to use this farm, I recommend that you go ahead and purchase some fowl flesh or hamster wheels. I know that fowl flesh is pretty rare nowadays, so hamster wheels will do. You just want to use hamster wheels in every single minion and make sure you're farming with them at all times. So you're probably wondering how much XP I got per hour. I was getting around 200 to 250k per hour. I was sometimes using fowl flesh and hamster wheels to boost the speed of the minions. One thing that you have to take into consideration is that I had 21 tier 9 ghast minions and I had 1 tier 11. Basically, this allowed me to get a lot more XP than other people. So I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and level up your ghast minions to get a lot more XP. One pro about this combat XP method is that when you're grinding ghasts, you can literally watch YouTube on the side and it's super effortless. You could probably catch up on some Flash, whatever you guys watch, and that is what I did. I began climbing the combat XP ladder very fast, faster than seen previously. This was because I was investing countless hours, sometimes over 10 hours a day grinding ghasts. This meant that my XP gain was at sometimes over double some of the players on the leaderboards. I quickly climbed into the top 40 players, however, there was one player gaining XP faster than me. So I decided to contact him and ask him how. Now I knew for a while that killing zealots gave the most combat XP. However, there were always people in the end killing them. This meant that it would be easier to grind ghasts. I was wrong. If you have a friend or two to throw pearls in the end, it actually spawns zealots. Now, if this was to be done in the dragon's nest, they would just be swarmed and the zealots would be killed by other players. There are two main platforms that you can spawn zealots on. Both of these platforms have their own advantages and disadvantages. So this is the first pearl spamming platform. The reason that this spot is so good is that when somebody spawns a dragon, you could actually leech it. And the way you can leech it is by making your way over to this little room. You want to be facing the vines and you want to press W. And what you want to do is aspect of the end 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, we are now here in the dragon's nest and you can actually just go straight ahead onto the platform and leech drags. Not only is this gaining you combat XP, but you're also gaining a ton of money, because imagine you get a superior dragon, you can sell the frags for like 450k, 500k and make a ton of money just by leeching. The person who told me about the pearl spamming method and that little trick goes by the name of Hypixel Club. So make sure you guys go check out his channel and subscribe to him. Let's get him to 500 subscribers. That would be insane. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have discovered the pearl spamming method and that little trick. So big shout out to him. Thank you so much, Hypixel Club. I appreciate it. From this method, I was gaining around 300k XP per hour. Now, this was a lot. I was gaining around 1 level per day with less work than ghasts. Now, it had been known to me that using XP boost in the form of Viking tier was a possibility. However, they had just added a new area called Jerry's Workshop. Doing tasks such as finding the presents and doing the chicken race in Jerry's Workshop gives you these presents. These presents can be opened in return for things like XP boost pots and money. Now, I was after one thing and one thing only. This was the combat XP boost potion. In comes the Redstone Lamp. Now, the enchanted Redstone Lamp is a brewed ingredient which extends time and the strength of it. This was the new way I could get my combat potions to be combat boost 3s with the extended duration. The combination of these pots with the methods was insane. I was gaining an extra 30% combat XP without doing anything more. I went from gaining 300k XP per hour with the post spamming method to gaining 400 to 450k XP an hour. Using these pots, grinding ghasts, I would also get around 200k to 250k per hour. This was combined with the global combat XP boost meant I was gaining an extra 45% XP. Alright boys, we are 10k away from combat 50. Finally man, finally. This long grind is finally gonna come to an end. I'm so excited. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. Alright boys, so we're 1k away guys, we're 1k away. We're gonna hit it. Let's freaking go. Yes, combat 50 boys. Let's freaking go dude. Yes. Oh my god, I gotta tell my girls. Finally guys, I managed to hit it. Combat 50 after 3 weeks of grinding ghast 10 hours a day every single day. We finally hit it. Hopefully you guys are excited as much as I am. And guys, if you look at my balance, we literally have over 1 million coins, which is kind of crazy. You do earn quite a bit of money from pearl spamming. As you can see, the axe that I am using has scavenger 4, so if you guys do want to make a ton of money, make sure you guys get yourself a maxed out raider axe when you're grinding. This is actually an insane money making method, so if you guys are trying to make some money, I would definitely do that if I was you. So just like that, I'm combat 50 and the undisputed strongest YouTuber. Make sure to keep up to date with my content to see what my next goal is. If you want to see how much damage a maxed out combat 50 does, make sure to come back next episode where I compare my damage with Akensoft. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash that like button and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.